If you are an empath, you're familiar with the feeling. It is that deep tiredness following a simple trip to the store. It is absorbing your manager's tension all day long, then getting home and soaking up your partner's unspoken annoyance. You are a live, functioning emotional tuning fork, vibrating with everyone else's frequency. But when you finally sit alone and try to find your own signal, just static. A hollow, confusing emptiness. What if Carl Jung, many years ago, pinpointed exactly why this happens to empaths? He uncovered a psychological map that most people never find. A map that reveals how your biggest strength, your incredible sensitivity, becomes the very thing keeping you lost, trapped in everyone else's emotional world. This is not about spiritual bypasses or just thinking positive. This is a deep dive into your psychological wiring. And here is the most disturbing part. Jung realized that your very ability to feel everything has been unconsciously training you, your entire life, to abandon your true self. Jung spent his life studying what he called individuation. It is the messy, lifelong process of shedding all the masks and becoming who you actually are. But he saw that empaths face a unique, brutal challenge. Your superpower is the obstacle. As Jung wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." For you, that unconscious force is what I call emotional fusion. Your energetic boundaries aren't just low, they are often completely gone. You aren't just sensing their emotions, you're absorbing their identity fragments. Most people wear a persona, a mask, to hide their true selves from the world. But Jung understood that empaths often do something far stranger. You wear masks to hide your true self from yourself. Every time you swallow your own needs to soothe someone else's drama, every time you nod and smile when you're screaming inside, you reinforce that false persona. You weaken the connection to what Jung called the self, the authentic whole you. The real tragedy isn't that you feel too much. It is that you've been taught to believe that feeling everything makes you more spiritual or compassionate. Jung would call foul on that. He knew true compassion can only flow from an integrated whole person, not from a fragmented empath drowning in everyone else's emotional chaos. This brings us to Jung's first massive insight, the empathic shadow. He famously said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." So what is the shadow pattern most empaths refuse to look at? Your need to be needed. Ouch. Deep in your unconscious, there is a part of you that gets a little buzz from being the emotional savior. The one person who truly understands. The one everyone turns to in a crisis. Jung would call this your wounded healer complex. Your whole identity gets tangled up in fixing others. It is why you may be unconsciously drawn to that one friend who is a perpetual train wreck. You get a tiny, secret hit of validation each time you put them back on the tracks.